back, her dress some kind of antique black lace that covered her from neck to ankle, and she was pale, with black eyes that were far too old for her young face. There was no way I was going to let some kid from the Addams family know she'd just scared the ever-living crap out of me. Listen, Morticia, you don't just sneak up on people in the middle of the woods. That's a good way to go and get yourself killed. She blinked, a smile tilting up her lips. It was the creepiest fucking thing I'd ever seen. That's not my name. I scowled at her, anger swiftly replacing my fear. Like I give two shits, kid. You need to go back. Back where? She lifted a hand, pointing in the direction of poor Bassie. My car was a mess of smoke and flame. It's not safe for you to stay here. And you think a pile of burning metal is safer? She didn't move, her body inhumanly still as she stared at me. It's not time for you to walk the in-between. She tried again, when I still hadn't taken a step in the direction she pointed. If you don't go back, someone else will claim what you have abandoned. What the fuck are you talking about? A normal person might have phrased that differently, but these days I had 3 modes. Angry Salem, Hungry Salem, and Super Angry Salem. Nowhere in there was there room for a filter. Not Morticia scowled at me, taking 2 steps forward to shove me in the direction of the crumpled mess that used to be my car. Go, now! I felt like someone had dumped a bucket of ice water over me. I gasped, struggling to catch my breath, as my mind was suddenly filled with memories that weren't mine. Before I had time to process anything, she pointed at something that lay prone beside the car. Not something, someone. A body. My body. There was no missing the bubblegum pink hair matted with blood. You need to go back, not Morticia hissed. They're coming. Had I been looking at anything other than what could only be called my corpse, I might have thought to ask her who was coming. But instead, I started walking toward my body, drawn to it like a magnet. Soon I was on my knees, looking up at the girl like she could tell me how it were possible that I was both dead and yet alive. Go back, she said again, her voice so much older than her face. Your answers wait for you on the other side. Not knowing what else to do, I lifted my hand and rested it on top of my shoulder. My chest constricted and I gasped. My eyes flew open, and I was no longer staring down at myself, but up at the sky. Deep breaths, I thought to myself as I started to hyperventilate. I was dead. I was so dead. Then I wasn't. I looked down at my body. Scratches tore through my clothes. Dried blood made the material cling to me uncomfortably. I peeled my shirt up, trying to get a look at the damage. Despite the amount of blood and dirt stuck to me, my skin was smooth and even. I let out a shaky breath. Was I hallucinating? I looked sideways at my car. My beautiful, fucking car that was now totaled. Nope, I was not hallucinating. Slowly I moved to my feet, running through my options. I could call my aunt, assuming I could find my phone, and maybe she could come pick me up. The only problem with that was that I looked like a dead person because I had been, and now I wasn't. Weird things did happen all the time, though. Miracles. They just didn't usually happen to my family. I scratched my head, and my stomach chose that moment to rumble. I put a hand to it, thinking back to those Hostess cupcakes. They sounded really good right now, and I definitely missed dinner. I took a few slow steps toward the wreckage. Both sides of my car were slammed inwards. If not for the lack of a top, it wouldn't be accessible at all. However, if I climbed carefully over the sharp, jagged sides, there was a chance I would be able to rummage around to see if the cupcakes were still there. I patted my pockets to see if my phone was on me so I could use the flashlight. Being hungry and newly not dead called for desperate measures. Like eating, before I decided how I planned to explain this. Luckily for me, my phone was still in my pocket. I pressed my thumb down to open it. The lack of signal had me unsure.